But anyway, let's get into our final topic, the big one for the day. Yusef Hawkins, the new documentary, Storms Over Brooklyn, and the latest update where somebody has lost their job over this documentary. So, if y'all don't know, let me give y'all some backstory real quick about me and the whole Yusef Hawkins thing. So first, I, for the longest time, did not know what happened. I knew about Yusef Hawkins' name from Chubb Rock.
Yeah, you know what? It's funny because like when he said, "Don't forget Yusef Hawkins," and it took me a minute to really put that together.
And when that song first got released, I believe that's Treat 'Em Right. As soon as he said that, I remember thinking to myself, I don't know who this Yusef Hawkins is, but I'm going to keep him in my mind. Because he said, in your hearts and minds, never forget Yusef Hawkins. And I was like, okay, I don't know who he is, but I'm going to never forget him. And so over the years, I've always kind of wondered. And it literally wasn't until the documentary showed up on my TV screen, because I was searching HBO for some good movies and stuff, and I saw it, and it said documentary, Yusef Hawkins, Storms Over Brooklyn, and I was like, okay, so somebody's finally going to tell the story of whoever this Yusef Hawkins guy is. And I was like, whoa, I'm kind of mad at myself for not learning about this early on. You know what I mean?
Okay, let me ask you this. While you was in the Bronx, were you still up top when this happened?
I was, this happened in 89. I left in either 90 or 91. I want to say it might have been 91. So I left right after that. So, and that was at the time when I was just ripping and running the streets a lot. You know, me and the fellas, we just hop on the train, go wherever the hell we wanted in New York. You know, we were going from the Bronx to Manhattan to Brooklyn, you know what I mean, all over the place. And so we wasn't watching a whole lot of TV. So the only thing I know was Chubb Rock mentioned the dude in his rhyme. So I just always wanted to know what the hell was it. The only thing I had heard was that it happened in Bensonhurst, you know what I mean, which is a part of Brooklyn. That's all I knew. It was some kind of incident that happened in Bensonhurst. And then, so when I saw the documentary, I was like, oh yeah, I'm gonna record this. And so I went back and watched it when it came on. And so basically, you know, these kids, Yusef Hawkins and his brothers and friends, they lived in what's known as East New York. You know, that's another part of Brooklyn. And so one of the friends says somebody is selling a car for real cheap, you know, like $800-900. So
that is
right, and you know, this is like back then. So so that was probably really good, even though it was cheap back then. Okay, we about to lose our Instagram.
Peace.
So yeah, thank y'all for checking us out.
Yep.
Finish the story over on YouTube or Facebook. You know,
and Anchor.
Yeah, so we appreciate y'all.
Yep.
All right.
Peace.
But so anyway, so they go, and the way this car's being sold at is in Bensonhurst, Brooklyn. And so they decide, you know, we're going to ride our bikes or get on the train or whatever and find our way down there so we can find this car. And it's late. No, I'm good. It's late in the evening, and you know, I don't think I would have gone. Not that late in the evening, but they didn't know nothing about Bensonhurst. Bensonhurst is predominantly white Italians. And a lot of them don't really care for black kids.
Fucking moolies.
Right.
Fucking moolies.
They so they you know that was what happened. They got there. Now the whole story goes, there's a white Italian girl, she's like 18, and she's trying to have a birthday party. She's got white friends and black friends. So because the white guys in her neighborhood, these Italians, got so much, you know, we run the streets and we do this and we do that. She's like, well, supposedly, this is the story. Supposedly, she said, I'm gonna have my black friends come over here and they're gonna basically infiltrate this neighborhood so it can't be all you guys no more. And so they got mad and they're like, oh, for real?
Oh, so you gonna put a moolie over me? Forget about it. Fuck you.
Fucking moolie over
fucking moolie.
You're gonna bring one of these eggplants over here.
Eggplant motherfuckers.
So basically, that was the way it went. And so coincidentally, Yusef Hawkins and his friends come through the neighborhood looking for this car. So they're like, oh, this must be the black people she invited. So, we got to handle business. And they start chasing them, and eventually they get, so many people chasing them that eventually a gun gets pulled out and he gets shot. Now, because there was so many people around, nobody knew who did the shooting.
Damn.
So, eventually I think they did get enough evidence to get one of them as the shooter. I don't know if it was the right one, but they just said they got one who they believe was the shooter, and they arrested him. And so that's the story basically right there. And this young black kid lost his life over some shit he had nothing to do with. And it's always some girl who's lying. Oh yeah, I'm gonna get my black friends to come over here. I mean, why would you say some dumb shit like that?
Because they wanted to see something.
Right.
That's all it is. Yeah. Most of them, man, like they do shit so they can see stuff going on. Because they don't have anything in their lives. Man.
Right. And I saw a news clip where they interviewed her like a couple of months after it happened, and she was like, yeah, he was like, do you feel like you're responsible for this kid's death? And she was like, no, how could I be responsible? I'm not the one that shot him. I mean, but yeah, you may not have been the shooter, but you're the one who riled them up. You know what I mean? You got them all in their feelings. You telling them, I'm about to bring some black dudes over here, and now they feel threatened. You gonna take away their little Italian way of life? Oh, you gonna bring some black guys over here?
Fucking moolies! Fucking moolies!
But those kind of guys are full of testosterone and all that bravado and all of that. We run this neighborhood, and you ain't gonna bring no niggas over here. And so you can't say no shit like that and think it's not gonna be no consequence. They're gonna go after them. You know what I mean? That's New York is very territorial wherever you go, everywhere. Yep. Whether it's the Jamaicans, whether it's the Puerto Ricans, whether it's the Italians, Dominicans, the Irish, whatever. It's all territorial, man. So you can't just do stuff like that. So yeah, I'm sorry. It was your fault.
So let me ask you this. In the documentary, it talks about Patty Duke.
Yeah.
This is the hot shit right now. So how did that story connect with Patty Duke?
So basically, the white mob that was chasing Yusef Hawkins and his friends, one of the guys ended up being Patty Duke, who has had a long-standing career at Hot 97. So, according to their station and their corporate people, basically everybody's like, we didn't know. We didn't know he always went by Patty Duke, and even on the emails he sent out, always said Patty Duke, but his real name was Pasquale Rossi.
Oh.
So everybody's like, oh, I didn't know. Now, he's gotten fired from what I heard. But what's funny to me is Ebro and them got on the air and they were talking about it. And they said that, nobody knew nothing. But Ebro, he kind of slid something in there a little bit and made me wonder. He was like, well, me and him had a conversation. And he did tell me that he was part of the Yusef Hawkins thing.
I thought he said he what?
No, he said he was.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but here's what it is. He said the conversation took place 8 to 10 years ago. So that's long enough ago that you knew some shit. And then he said that basically the dude said, I was in it, but I wasn't guilty. So he just said, oh, okay, I believe you. I'm sorry, there's no way that I'm going to be working with somebody. You can't come to me later on and say, how he got arrested for Breonna Taylor, and I go, oh, well, he told me he was part of the Breonna Taylor thing, but I didn't think it was no big deal. He said he was innocent, so I let it go. I mean, if you tell me some shit like that, I'm gonna go and do some research. Okay, make sure is he, what part did he play in this Breonna Taylor thing, and whether or not should I really believe what he said. You have to be careful. Nobody can tell me no shit like that, and I don't go back and do no research. You know what I mean? If he ran that by Ebro at some point, this would have been back in 2010 or 2012. And you tell him, oh yeah, well I was part of that whole Yusef Hawkins thing. but I wasn't guilty, so, you know. And then Ebro goes, oh, okay,
Yeah,
you're good with me, buddy.
Because, I think the whole thing, they scooped the whole crew up, didn't they?
Yeah.
They scooped them all up for that.
Yeah, and so some of them got prison time, but some of them got kind of like a slap on the wrist. You know what I mean? Just don't be anywhere like that again. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but that's another thing, too, though, man. Like, for real, though. Like, I've seen the apology. I've seen how they explained it. I mean, I will have to commend them. Like, hey, you know, people gonna talk shit about us, but hey, we gonna be here. We gonna stand our square. I can respect that. You know what I'm saying? I can. Even with Rosenberg, he even said like, look, this happened 25 years ago, and this guy was running, you know, things on the company and whatnot. So this happened. So you can only imagine that he's not an isolated case. You got some people that do some same shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got other Patty Dukes around.
Oh yeah, they all over the place.
Yeah, but
you know, karma comes back eventually. So you know, but my thing is so funny because I heard a YouTuber talking about it, and she said that basically around the time he started working at Hot 97 around 94. So this happened in 89. So this was only a 5-year span.
But Hot 97 was something else. When did it turn? It was something else, but they turned it into Hot 97.
Yeah.
So what was that 94 when it turned?
I think it was 98.7. Kiss, I think maybe. But either way, when she said when it first went to Hot 97, it was like a dance radio station. It wasn't really about hip hop.
Yeah.
It was just about dance radio, and so it was mostly white people, you know, running the show and stuff like that. And so this YouTuber was saying she wonders if he got brought in as a plant. You know what I mean? And then, you know, once it turned into hip hop, you know, they kept him as a plant. Like,
they make sure
undercover kind of stuff. You know what I mean? I don't know. I mean, that could be.
Yeah, Patty Duke, we want you to, just stay here. You know, make sure the niggas don't get too crazy.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, just make sure that keep it cool. Yeah, just watch the niggas, man. Watch it.
Know?
Yeah, that Flex guy, watch it.
Watch that guy.
Yeah. He likes to drop bombs. like that or something. Like that or something. Yeah, watch him.
But I find it hard to believe that this incident was only 5 years. He got hired only 5 years after this whole incident with nobody thinking, you know, to do a background check or, you know, his name sounds familiar. Because there's no way he just came up to the station and said, my name is Patty Duke. His checks got to say Pasquale Rossi. You know what I mean? So he gave y'all a real name. And that's another thing that bothers me because when it's a black person, it don't matter how long ago some shit is on our record.
That's what my man was saying.
We get knocked down for that shit for the rest of our life.
Yeah, shit.
You know what I mean? You 55 years old, I just want to work at McDonald's. Well, you know, you did do this thing back in 1970 when you stole some candy from a store. I don't know if we can trust the guy.
I mean, that's like, damn, man. I mean, Michael Vick's a prime example.
Yeah.
Everybody was on this case like, oh, he shouldn't have did this to Animal. Okay, he shouldn't have. Thing is, he did his time. He paid his debt to society.
Yep.
There should be no more discussion about it.
Yeah.
Same thing with the whole Nick Cannon thing. He are, you know, not to get, you know, too much into that, but, you know, he said he was sorry. You know, now it's going to be like, they're going to make this motherfucking dude like apologize to him.
Yeah.
Like, he already apologized. He donated some money to Auschwitz. Shut the fuck up. There shouldn't be nothing else to say about that. He already did. He paid his debt. No one was killed for what he said. No one was hurt for what he said, even if what he said was wrong. Just chill with it. Just chill with it. But yeah, man, going back to the Patty Duke thing, man, it's just like, what's crazy about it, there was like a lot of people, you know, like trying to get all in his face and like, yo, Patty Duke, and what's the girl name that was on Hot 97? But she was
Angela.
But she's on.
Angie Martinez.
Yeah, but she's on Hot. 105.
Yeah.
But yeah, she said she called Patty Duke name a lot.
Yeah, because he did a lot of production work for her supposedly. So she's one of the ones that worked closest with him because he was kind of a producer behind the scenes. He would help him with commercials and marketing, stuff like that. So he was one of those guys. And I even saw a video where Jay-Z had him in the video, like not like a music video, but just a behind the scenes interview. And Jay was like, yeah, this is the guy Patty Duke everybody talks about and who's doing all this work behind the scenes. So he was getting comfy and cozy with a lot of people that, you know what I mean? But my thing is, if you so comfy and cozy with us, why would you have ever been in that mob of white people who were chasing these black kids for no fucking reason? You know what I mean? But now, you know, to me, I'm sorry, I kind of look at him as a culture vulture. Culture vulture. I'm sorry, because you can't have an incident like that and then turn around and say, yeah, I want to go work for these niggers. You know what I mean? If you was with them, that means you hate us just as much as the one who did the shooting. You might not have been the one that did the shooting, but you hate us just as much as they did.
Yeah, that's the whole thing, man.
So I don't feel bad that he lost a job. Hell, I think he should get more than that. Because you know they probably gave him like a severance package. And,
no doubt.
They made his exit comfortable. I guarantee.
Yeah, they didn't do none of this. My butt. Like what we would get. Like security.
If we came up to Hot 97 saying, hey, I want a job up here. It would have been 5 minutes before they finally said, hey, weren't you down with that black mob who killed the white guy? Oh no, we can't give you a job, sir. We don't work with convicted criminals.
Yeah, we don't work with felons.
You know, so that's what pisses me off, because you know it would have went different if it was one of us. But he was able to get a job with a predominantly black radio station. You know what I mean? Well, it wasn't at that time, but a decent job. That's a good job. You know, he's making good money working at a radio station.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? He ain't no millionaire off of them, but still, that's still good money. So it's like, I'm sorry, I can't. I think Hot 97 is wrong. They knew, somebody in corporate knew about that. There's no way that documentary was the first thing that made you think, oh, so this guy was there? You know what I mean? There's no way. Especially with Ebro saying he told him about it like 8 to 10 years ago. You can't be the only one he told.
Yeah, it's like you come up here, y'all they're doing like the whole Tony Baker shit. Like I never knew.
Man, but yeah, so you know, but yeah, that's what threw me off when Ebro said that. I'm like, okay, wait a minute. So you knew, because I mean, he was acting just as surprised as everybody else. But he was like, yeah, well, we had a conversation. You know, we had a conversation. He was like, yeah, I want to say it was like 8 to 10 years ago. He told me, he said, yeah, I got caught up in the Yusef Hawkins thing, but I was innocent, so you know, that's not good enough for me. No. You can't tell me no shit like that, a major case like that, and I just go, oh, okay, cool. You know what I mean? Yeah. That's like somebody coming to you. You've been working with a white guy all these years, and he comes to you and says, "Oh yeah, you may not notice, but I'm the guy that was a serial killer that ran through such and such city and did all of this." You know, you're like, "Oh, okay, cool, right." I mean, you know, I'm gonna do some research. Once you drop that gem in my ear, I'm doing some research because now I need to know what part of this did you play. You know what I mean? I don't know, man. What did you think about the whole thing?
Yeah, man. I just think it was foul, and it definitely very unprofessional with them. Again, like I said, I do respect them that they, hey, look, we own it. People gonna hate us for it now. We standing on our square. I can respect them for that, but it's still kind of. Yeah. But even with that, though, it's still kind of fucked up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean,
because especially with them being an urban music station, to have someone like that.
Yeah, he was getting paid off of our culture.
Yeah,
all of that money that station was getting, the majority of this time has been off of black culture. So I don't know, man. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I gotta hold them responsible to some degree. Now, you know what I mean? There may have been some way he might have slipped through the cracks, but y'all should have a better vetting process. You know what I mean? If he truly slipped through the cracks. But if he didn't, then y'all ought to be ashamed of yourself for not, you know what I mean? For not getting rid of him a long time ago.
Yep.
Because all his money been coming off of black music for the last 15, 20 years.
I know. I mean, dude, caking.
Yeah.
Caking.
Yep. So
we trying to get, a job to just, put some, meat and shit in the fridge.
Right.
Nah, son, y'all, you got that one convicted fat. Like, come on,
right.
Man. Something gotta change. Man.
Yeah, I don't know, man, but I can appreciate the apology that Rosenberg and all of them, Ebro and all of them gave, but I do think that they should be held a little more accountable, because that's too easy to just say we apologize, let's move on. You know what I mean? Y'all have to be held accountable a little bit, because y'all are really big in black music and black culture. You know what I mean? A lot of radio stations look up to y'all. We want to be like Hot 97. You know what I mean?
I don't know, but
Yeah.
They got that heat for you.
Yeah, man. So, that's if Charlamagne stays around.
Well, yeah.
Because once he leaves, it's
gonna be done.
Right, yeah, man. That's all I had to say about it, man. But I'm glad I finally know the whole story, because I never really knew. You know what I mean? And I think Big Daddy Kane or somebody else mentioned it in one of their songs, and it always intrigued me, just wondering what the whole story was. And I feel bad because I should have done research a long time ago, but at least now I know. You know what I mean? And so, rest in peace to Yusef Hawkins. And, condolences to that whole family.
Yeah, real talk. Man.
Yeah. But yeah, I think that's all I have, man. Did you want to say anything else before we
that's
wrap
about it, man. But again, remember to like, share, and subscribe. Remember, people on Anchor. Remember, we got some stuff on YouTube. We have the lyrical breakdown. We have the Lost in Thought piece. We have interviews and other stuff going on. We have some stuff that we did for the Rock the Block showcase. Y'all want to check that out?
Yeah.
We have content. We appreciate y'all listening to us.
Yeah,
appreciate y'all watching this so far.
Absolutely.
And, man.
We'll do it again. Now, don't forget also, if y'all need to contact us, if you just want to drop us a nice, friendly message, you can email us at therealtriadhiphoppodcast@gmail.com. thealtriadhiphoppodcast@gmail.com.
Remember, no dick pics, no shitting on the toilet, and if you're a woman, you can blush.
Right.
No boobs. Send it forward at the curve.
Can I bust?
Yes, you can.
All right, y'all. Well, for Triad Hip Hop Podcast, episode 130, this is your man, Uncle Kurt, and this is
Howie.
And we'll see y'all next time, all right?
Peace.
Peace.